way, and he'll...
Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master, but don't worry, today's spoilers are all part of the fun. Episode 2 is where things get really psychological. Instead of giving us another flashy Pennywise appearance, the show digs deeper, letting the entity manipulate reality through fear, trauma, and twisted memories. We're talking monsters that represent abandonment, guilt, and corrupted innocence. 3 key ingredients in Derry's secret recipe for nightmares. Let's break down each manifestation: the demon baby, bed mom, and Pickle Dad. These aren't random horrors. They're tailor-made to emotionally shatter the kids Pennywise has chosen as his next victims. By the end, you'll see how Episode 2 proves Welcome to Derry isn't just a prequel. It's expanding Stephen King's entire mythos of fear. The Demon Baby, Derry's Birth of Evil. The episode opens by revisiting that blood-soaked nightmare from Episode 1, the Capitol Theater Massacre. Only this time, it's from Lily's perspective. What was once chaos is now a haunting dream sequence that starts with a baby's cry echoing through the wrecked theater. Then, from the shadows, it appears. The Demon Baby, Pennywise's latest horror show. It's small, roughly the size of a football, but hideously mutated. Slick, veiny skin stretched tight over bones, glowing orange eyes, and tiny fangs where gums should be. Its body twitches like it's struggling to stay alive, yet it moves with terrifying speed, flying through the air and latching onto anything that breathes. The visuals here are both ridiculous and revolting. At first, you almost want to laugh. It's a baby. But then it starts ripping into people with animalistic ferocity. The laughter dies fast. This nightmare snaps Lily awake, drenched in sweat. The recap isn't just a reminder of last episode's carnage. It's a symbolic reawakening of Derry's cycle. Pennywise feeds on fear every 27 years, and that massacre marks the start of his latest feeding season. The Demon Baby is his omen, a twisted reflection of how evil can be born from innocence. It's also personal. Lily survived that attack as a child, and now she's haunted by its memory. The Demon Baby represents more than a monster. It's the physical embodiment of trauma that refuses to die. In a town that constantly hides its sins, the Demon Baby forces those horrors back into the light. Thematically, this moment captures one of Stephen King's favorite ideas, the corruption of purity. In it, Pennywise thrives on perverting what people hold sacred: birth, family, faith, and safety. By turning a baby, the ultimate symbol of new life, into a flying engine of death, the show hammers home the idea that Derry itself gives birth to monsters. Fans have already started comparing this creature to Freddy Krueger's dream demons and the body horror of The Thing, and it fits in right with that lineage. The creature's movements, combined with the eerie lighting of the destroyed theater, make it both a practical effect and a psychological trigger. For Lily, it's not about the gore, it's about guilt. She's one of the few who lived, which makes her the perfect vessel for Pennywise's next experiment in fear. The Bed Mom, when safety turns suffocating. Next up is The Bed Mom, arguably the most terrifying and emotionally loaded sequence in Episode 2. This one is centered on Ronnie, Lily's best friend, and one of the most grounded characters in the series, until this episode wrecks her mental stability. Ronnie's struggling with abandonment. Her dad's in jail again, her mom's gone, and her grandmother, though loving, can't fill that void. It's the perfect setup for Pennywise to exploit. One night, Ronnie wakes up to the sound of breathing. Not hers, not her grandma's, something heavier, closer. Then, from under the bed emerges a hand. It's gray, slender and trembling, not monstrous yet, but wrong. What crawls out next is something between a mother and a monster. The Bed Mom is a stretched, elongated figure wrapped in bed sheets that move like they're alive. Her limbs are too long, her face too kind to be human, and her voice, a warped whisper of "come back to bed, baby," cuts deeper than any scream. The moment she speaks, Ronnie freezes. It's her mother's voice. That's the cruelty of it. Pennywise doesn't need to roar. He just mimics love until it becomes a weapon. What makes this sequence so chilling is the slow suffocation, literally and emotionally. The sheets wrap around Ronnie, pulling her closer as Bed Mom hugs her tighter and tighter, the sound of bones creaking under pressure. The set design, the sound mixing, even the lighting, it all makes this scene feel claustrophobic. It's less a monster attack and more a panic attack given form. The bed mom isn't about killing, she's about eroding. She embodies Rami's fear that love equals pain, that the people who are supposed to protect her will eventually smother her. It's King's family trauma themes on full display, blending horror with heartbreak. There's also a subtext of generational trauma. Derry's a town built on secrets, and Bed Mom is a reminder that kids inherit their parents' emotional baggage. Pennywise twists that inheritance into physical terror. When Ronnie's aunt bursts in to save her, the illusion breaks, but the damage is done. Ronnie's left shaking, questioning reality, and terrified to sleep again. From a production standpoint, this sequence is a standout. The effects are practical heavy. Those stretching limbs and fabric movements feel disturbingly real. Fans online are already calling this one the new Freddy Krueger moment of the show. But unlike Freddy's campy dream logic, this one cuts straight to the emotional jugular. The Pickle Dad, the horror of familiarity. And then there's Pickle Dad. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous at first, but give it 10 seconds and you'll never laugh again. This one hits Lily during a mundane grocery run. She's trying to act normal, pretending life isn't falling apart when Pennywise decides to remind her otherwise. The setup is classic King: bright lights, cheerful music, an aisle full of harmless products. Then something goes off, a jar falls, then another. Glass shatters, and the brine starts to spread across the floor. She looks down, and what she sees makes every muscle in her body lock up. From the puddle of greenish pickle juice, something starts forming. A hand, an arm, a face. It's her father, or at least what's left of him, only this isn't her dad. It's Pickle Dad, a reanimated corpse made of pickled flesh, bloated and translucent. His eyes are milky, his skin slick and bubbling, and his smile, too wide, too forced, is nightmare fuel. The smell hits her next, vinegar and rot. Every time he takes a step, the floor squelches, and then he speaks, or tries to. His voice comes out warped like he's gurgling underwater. Lily, come home. The brilliance here lies in how mundane the setting is. It's a grocery store, a normal place, and that's exactly why it's horrifying. Pennywise doesn't attack in dark alleys. He corrupts the safe spaces, the everyday routines. Pickle Dad represents everything Lily refuses to face. Her guilt over her father's death, her fear that his accident wasn't so accidental, and the suspicion that she's carrying his darkness within her. The monster's pickled texture mirrors that sense of preservation, grief that's been bottled up and left to rot. The VFX here are next level. Showrunner Jason Futch described it as the most technically ambitious sequence we've done so far, combining practical slime effects with digital enhancements. The result is grotesque, slimy, and disturbingly human. Every twitch of the creature feels wrong in a way that makes your stomach twist. The scene builds to chaos, jars exploding, glass flying, shelves toppling as Pickle Dad lunges. Lily runs, slipping in brine, glass cutting her hands as she scrambles towards the exit. He doesn't chase fast. He doesn't need to. He knows she'll see him every time she closes her eyes. This monster's symbolism hits hard. It's about cycles of abuse, addiction, and fear, the things people inherit and can't escape. Pickle Dad is the ghost of family trauma that never truly dies. And just like Pennywise, he feeds on what people refuse to confront. Pennywise's grand design. Across these three nightmares, the Demon Baby, Bed Mom, and Pickle Dad, we see Pennywise at his most strategic. He's barely on screen, yet his fingerprints are everywhere. Each manifestation is personalized torture, designed to weaken Derry's kids psychologically before he even shows his face. It's classic It lore. Pennywise doesn't just eat flesh, he feeds on fear. The more complex the fear, the tastier the meal. By weaponizing family trauma, he ensures his victim's fear is rich, layered, and never-ending. And beneath all the monster madness, Episode 2 keeps hinting at something bigger. There's a quiet moment where a janitor mentions strange noises near the airbase. Sound familiar? That's a tease of the Arrowhead Project, Stephen King's multiverse link that ties it to The Mist. There's also a glimpse of Dick Hallorann from The Shining as a young man, subtly showing off his shine. The connective tissue of the King universe is forming right here in Derry. Even the Bradley gang car filled with skeletons, seen briefly in the background, is a deep-cut Easter egg from its lore. These aren't random details. They're reminders that Derry's evil isn't isolated. It's generational, cosmic, and ever-adapting.
Got a kiss for Daddy.
Our nerdy thoughts. So there you have it. The Demon Baby, Bed Mom, and Pickle Dad. 3 nightmares that showcase how Welcome to Derry's taking King's mythology into darker, more psychological territory. Each monster mirrors human suffering. Each scare tells a story, and together they remind us that Pennywise doesn't just lurk in sewers. He lives inside the cracks of broken families, in the guilt people bury, and the love that turns rotten. Episode 2 proves that Welcome to Derry isn't just about jump scares. It's about the emotional cost of fear and how trauma infects everything it touches. And somehow between the screaming and bloodshed, the show still manages to make you care deeply for these kids because their monsters aren't random. They're reflections of us. So which one scarred you the most? The Demon Baby's chaos, the Bed Mom's suffocating love, or Pickle Dad's slimy familiarity? Drop your pick in the comments below, and if your team never touching pickles again, hit that like button. Stick around because next week we're diving into episode 3 and the escalating chaos in Derry's sewers. Thanks for watching, stay spooky, and remember, in Derry, your fears don't fade, they ferment.
What the heck, I'll laugh anyway.